Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Mary with MaryGreeley News. It is the day after Christmas. On Christmas Day, Russian air defense caused a jet to crash, Azerbaijan officials have said. It's not the first time that Russia has downed a civilian aircraft. An Embraer passenger jet crashed near Kazakhstan on Wednesday, resulting in the deaths of at least 38 people, according to the Central Asian Counties Transportation Ministry. Flight J2-8243 was en route from Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, to Chechnya in Russia's North Caucasus region. The aircraft attempted emergency landing approximately 1.8 miles or 3 kilometers from Baku. 29 survivors, including children, were treated at local hospitals. Unverified video footage circulating online showed the plane plunging towards the ground and bursting into a fiery ball of flames. At one point, it appeared to be in a steep descent, and the wings were ripped off the fuselage. The wreckage was surrounded by thick black smoke and bloody bodies. I don't know why these countries just can't get along. Yeah, more carnage from war. The Azerbaijan airline that crashed during its approach to the city of Grozny Wednesday was hit by a Russian Panzer S air defense system, but is not known if the strike was intentional, according to Azerbaijan government sources citing preliminary investigation results. This comes as evidence is piling up that Russian air defense hit the Azerbaijan airline plane, which was likely wrongly targeted as a suspected Ukrainian drone. The apparent shrapnel damage to the aircraft, seen on the intact rear section of the doomed aircraft at Aknu in Kazakhstan, is consistent with such a strike. So are the accounts of surviving passengers who spoke of an explosion outside the plane. At the time, the plane had been seeking to land as scheduled in Grozny in Chechnya, a Russian region headed by a close Vladimir Putin warlord, Ramzan Kadyrov, which had been under regular attacks from Ukraine in recent weeks. It is Kadyrov's forces who are suspected of firing a Panzer S-1 at the plane. There were 105 passengers and 5 crew members on board the flight from Azerbaijan capital Baku to the Russian city of Grozny. Earlier reports had suggested 67 were only on board. Well, evidently there were 105 passengers plus 5 crew members. "I can't execute, control is lost," doomed pilot's last message before the crash that have killed at least 38. Dramatic new footage showed that the pilot pulling the plane out of a steep fall as he sought to regain control, but the aircraft still suffered a catastrophic crash, exploding in fire. The 2 main sites of the wreck at Baku, the airport there, were hundreds of yards apart. I've often heard how the tail section was actually the safest part of a plane to be a passenger in, and it definitely was in this case. Sending prayers. This is so terrible, and on Christmas Day. Russian sources said at the time of the plane's flight over Chechnya, Russian defense forces were attempting to shoot down a Ukrainian drones. Kadyrov, who heads the Security Council of the Chechnyan Republic, confirmed a drone attack on Grozny on Christmas morning, meaning the Russians were obligated to close airspace to civilian aircraft, which wasn't done. Baku expects the Russian side to confess to the shooting down of the Azerbaijan aircraft and to conduct a full investigation, which will result in bringing to justice all those responsible, A News Z reported. The passenger jet with 105 passengers and 5 crew members turned around and flew east over the Caspian Sea citing damage to the aircraft, military activity, and the footage of the crash said in an alert to airlines that the jet was likely shot down by a Russian military air defense system. This incident is a stark reminder of why we do what we do, Osprey CEO Andrew Nicholson said in a statement online. The company has issued more than 200 alerts about drone attacks and Russian air defense systems. It is painful to know that despite our efforts, lives were lost in a way that could have been avoided, Nicholson said. So it's a good question about why the airspace was not shut down. This is just going to escalate things between Russia, Ukraine, and the West even more. There hasn't been any word yet where the passengers, were from, what nationality they were. I'm sure it's not going to take very long for that to come out. At least 2 children did survive. Yeah, I pray for the families. And to lose children, that is just so devastating, heartbreaking. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Yeah, I pray for peace every day. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.